Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make the Halo energy sword that I promised oh so long ago. I know it's been a while. I'd like to use the excuse that I've been too busy to make it, but honestly it's been a hard one to try and figure out how to tutorial. It's big like my tomahawk, and it's just overwhelmingly large, to be honest with you. I've not been looking forward to it, but I think I finally figured it out. Little disclaimer beforehand, unless you've got any particular interest or any particular connection with Halo or the energy sword, I wouldn't bother making this. It's going to be a real pain in the balls, as I like to say. So, if that doesn't deter you, let's start. We're going to make the handle first, or we're going to make some of the outside of the blade and then make the handle. So we're going to need black, grey, light, well, not even really light grey, white and blue wool. Let me get rid of my desk. Alright, so figure out where you want to make it. I do not know how wide it is, but I can tell you that if you're on the Pocket Edition you are out of luck, because it is way too big. I know that there's a couple of guys that play the Pocket Edition and always wonder how tall things are. No, this breaks. This way beyond goes through the sky limit for you guys. So what you want to do is you want to start off with 2 blocks on the floor, 2 blocks of white. Then throw another 2 on top and extend out either side by 1. So you've got a fat T looking shape. Then you want to do an upright diagonal from the right, put 2 on top, go to the left one, go up 2, go to the left one, getting tongue tied, and go up 3. Then what you want to do is do an upright diagonal and throw 1 on top, and this will put us on the level of being able to do the handle. Right, now I had wondered how to do the handle, and I've done this a couple of times. I've had to redo it. Best way is not going to be me showing you how to make it piece by piece, because that is going to take ages, trust me. I'm going to make a bit, show a bit, make a bit, show a bit, and hopefully you'll be able to work it all out. And I'll note that the handle doesn't stay 2D like you're going to see, but I'm going to do that like almost at the end of the pixel art, make the handle 3D, so don't worry, it's all 3D and nice. So what you want to do is, I'm going to make the first little bit actually. First, from here, in line with these 2 white, you want to do 2 dark grey, and then you want to do 2 dark grey next to it, except you want to put 1 on top, and you want to go 2 below. 2, this is a total of 5. Now you want to match this row and put 1 on top and 1 below for a total of 7. Now you want to do the same thing again. Match the row, 1 on top, 1 below, you've got a total of 9. So 2, 5, 7, 9. Now that you know that, now that you know the numbers and everything, I'm going to make a little bit and show a bit. So I'm going to leave off here and I'll be back. Alright, there you are. So you can see where I left off. I left off at where my highest grey was, which was a 9. And just from looking at that, hopefully you should be able to figure out what you've got to do. If you match that shape, everything will be dandy. No, everything there is easy. You should be able to work out the numbers and such there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you with that, make another part, gonna come back. Alright, so I made a little bit more of it. Again, hopefully you should be able to work everything out all nice and easily. And the reason that I think that this pixel art might actually be followable is because of how symmetrical it is. For instance, if you've managed to make it this far on the handle, if you've managed to make all of this, all you have to do now is mirror the handle, or like mirror the other half that you have. So, pause this if you have to, copy that, and yeah, I'm going to move on. I'm going to show you a little bit. So, if you imagine this as the center line down here, so, take a look on the other side, it just mirrors, so blue here, grey down here, blue here, black here, a grey underneath that. Same as the other side. Actually, that doesn't go there. Same as the other side. And then on here, it is mainly just, there is a blue next to this grey, do grey all the way down here. Copy the other side, I'm going to do one more row just to demonstrate. Grey here, was that a black? Yep. Grey down to there, black there. All nice and easy, and I think that's why it's going to work. So there you go, just copy that until you have the rest of the handle. I'm not going to do this while recording, so I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, so if you manage to copy the other side, you'll end up with something that looks like that. I can kind of see a weird blue happy face in the middle of that. I always see these things. I have a feeling I'm just insane. So, if you've done that successfully, remember that's not going to stay 2D forever. That will be made a little 3D later on. We're going to, for the sake of symmetricality, I still haven't checked if that's a word. We're going to copy what white is over there onto here. Symmetricality certainly sounds like a word. So you want to add the 2 white here. Then you want to do a bottom right diagonal. And you want to go down by 1, 2, 3. Go to the left one. Go down 2. Go to the left one. Go down 2. Do a bottom right diagonal. Go across 1, 2, 3. And then in these 2 middle blocks, you want to place 2 white on the floor. And what's that? What will you have? Oh wow, those look pretty similar, don't they? Symmetricality. I might put that as my channel banner. Symmetricality, the key to happiness. Right. So, what we are going to do now, I think, is we will do the white outline of the blade, and then I'll see what's going to be easiest to do after that. All right. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'm going to make some. Easiest way to do this is going to be is going to do a little bit of the outline, put numbers on the screen, because it rarely is. It's just a load of straights, and it should be easy, hopefully. Alright, like I said, there should be some sort of number system on the screen to show you what I have done. And it's going to be like this for all of the white part of the outline of the blade. Or blades, plural. Easiest way to do it, hopefully there should be no hiccups. You can remember where I finished off with the white and where I started. As I say again, there'll be numbers, I don't even know why I have to keep repeating that. But I'm going to move on to the next part. And alright, so again, numbers on the screen, all very simple. All I've done is made, well, pretty much just 3 sticks of white. I believe that it's... My plans say differently to what I've actually made, but I think it's like an 8, a 5 and a 6 or something like that, but regardless, the numbers are right, I'm not. What I'm going to do now is a giant white stretch of white. A giant white stretch of white. So, I'll be back. Yeah, I wasn't joking. That giant row protrudes from the left block of like the last piece of like the last white row, sort of, you know where. And yeah, that should be 63 blocks high. Yeah, that's how big the sword is. That's why you can't make it on the pocket edition, because it is, on top of being 63 blocks high, I would give a rough estimate of probably 30. So, you know, it's a solid 90 to 105 blocks long. Yeah. So what we're going to do now is, now that we've got that out of the way, now that we've done one side essentially, we're going to make the other side of the blade. So, you know, you shouldn't need to pause, you should be making that giant white row, which was pretty irritating. Make sure that you get that right as well, otherwise things won't match up. Or it might just not look as pointy. I'm not sure what will happen. So we go all the way down to here and we can start making the other side. We're not going to make it from that side just because of how it'd end up. It'd end up a little difficult to explain. So, start from here now. You want to go up by 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you want to go to the left 1. And you want to go up by 1, 2. Then go to the left 1. Then you want to go up by 1, 2. Then you want to do an up left diagonal. And you want to go up by 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I just want to do this because there's a lot of singles and stuff. So this is what you'll have so far. So you went up 3, then you went to the left 1, went up 2, went to the left 1, went up 2, up left diagonal, and that should be a total of 12 white blocks. And then from there you want to go to the right 1, then you want to go up by 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to go up by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you want to go to the right 1, go up by 2. Now you want to, basically you want to do an upright diagonal, and you want to do another one, and another, and another until you've done 4, and then you want to do once more, and then you want to go to the right 1. So there you go. After the giant stick of 12, you want to, go to the right 1, then you want to go up by 4, right 1, up 2, or right diagonal times 4, or times 5, and then go to the right 1. Now I'm going to make a little bit more of the outline. Maybe we will manage to join it all up, and then I will be back. Alright, so there you go. Everything should be dandy again. We should have the numbers back. Oh, I did miss those numbers. And we should just about have made the outside of the sword. And just like with the handle, if you can make one side, you can make the other side. So, once again, make sure that you do that all nice and accurately, and I will be back. In hindsight, I should have probably made these 3, maybe individually, but I don't know. It's all straight lines and numbers, so that should all be nice and simple. You've just about done it, actually. Just about done the outside. Now, pause that if you have to. What we're going to do is we're going to go right up to the top here. And in this middle block here, you just want to add 10 white blocks going vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God damn it. Come on. I wish there was a different flying. Wait, I got to 7, something like that. So, yeah, we'll call it 7. 8, 9, 10. So, basically, what you want to have. Yeah, this is my SF Jerome. This is where I'll remake some of my stuff. You want to have it looking like that. Now, it doesn't have to exactly look like that, if you've went wrong on the outside somewhere. Just as long as it joins up, it won't make that much of a notable difference. It'll still look all nice and pointy, nice and sharp. Really, what gives the effect is the diamond and the blue. So once you've got that, we're going to. I don't know what to do actually. I don't know how to go about making the right side, because the right side is just simply a mirror copy of that. Give me a sec. Alright, so after messing about with how I was gonna tutorial this, but I was just gonna leave you to kind of just copy the left side onto the right side, but I think that that would be a little bit nasty. I'm gonna do it the same that I've done this side, except maybe slightly faster. I'm going to do it in the same sort of stages, so I'm gonna be back in a second. Alright, so there should still be the numbers on the screen to aid you, but essentially what you're doing, if you had the patience to undertake this in the first place, make sure that it is in line with the other side. Make sure that it is completely symmetrical. Because even if you have made a mistake, if it's symmetrical, it will still look right. So just remember that. As you can see, I'm using mine to measure it all up. It looks good so far. So I'm going to be back in a second. Alright, once again, I didn't even look at my plans that time actually, I just copied from the other side. Numbers on the screen regardless. Pause that if you have to. I'm going to make the giant 63 block odd straight. And there we go, that was made much faster that time. I hate counting blocks out individually. I don't think that is actually 63 blocks. In the plans it is. It's supposed to be 63, but I have a feeling mine's either 1 or 2 shy or it's 1 over. I'm not sure. But regardless, they're the same length and that's all that matters. So copy that down if you have to. We're going to make the outside. Yeah, I know that I made the other side, like whilst I talked whilst I was making it and such, but I figure since you've got the other side to copy from, you don't need any extra guidance. Pause that if you have to. It's getting dark, I'm going to have to sleep, and I'll make the next part of the outline. Alright, so there you go, even more of the outline made. I'm getting pretty bored of saying that. Again, I actually went wrong myself, but I just had a look at the other side, corrected it, made sure it was nice and even, and there you go. So, any doubts? I'm going to say this one final time. Even if you haven't got it right with mine, if you've managed to get the sort of same shape on the left side as mine, you know, it's all pointy, it's all halo looking, just make sure that you get it right on the right side as well, and you'll have what you want. So once again, I'm going to make a little more, and I'll be back. So here we are. Should be like deja vu. So after that really long irritating outline of both of the sides of the blade, we're just about finished again. I suppose is it more like a fork? In all fairness, the energy sword looks more like an eating utensil than a sword. So, now that we're here, pause that if you have to. We're just going to go right up to the top here. We're going to go up by 10 on the middle block. 1, 2, 3. Fuck's sake. That happened on the other one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I always double tap A too fast. That's my issue. And we should, if we back up, let's back up a little bit, we'll hover over the claymore. Should have a pretty energy sword looking shape. Good. Alright then, so what do we do now? Well, alright, so I think I know how I'm going to attack this from here. What we're going to do, just because it will be easier to put in some of the finer details, I'm going to fill all of it in with blue. That is all in between the lines. In the white, I'm going to fill it all in with blue. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be back. It's going to take a while, trust me. Alright then, so now that it's all filled in blue, there's not that many things left to do really. What we're going to do now is there's 2 holes in the blades. There's a hole in one blade and there's a hole in the other. 2 holes in the blades makes it sound like there's 2 holes in one and 2 holes in the other, but here's where it is. I'm just going to do it and then show you because really it's It'd be a little hard to explain otherwise. My best guess for why I'll do the other one and then I'll pan out. My best guess for as why they're there would be the same reason that there's holes in like the axe head of the tomahawk, just to save weight. One should guess. I think that I've went a little. No, I've done it right. There you go. So that's where they are. Pause that if you have to, but I'm going to give you a bit of a closer look and just remember that it's in the same place on the opposite side. Do one, do the other. So what I think I'll do now, I think I was going to do this the other way around, but what I think I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to put the diamond in and then I'm going to put some white in. Alright, so I can't remember how I was setting things up previously, but I was going to like put the diamond in with you, like do it step by step. But honestly, I think that it'd be much easier and much more time conservative to have done what I've just done, which is put it in. I'm going to show you sections of it. Basically, if you've managed to make the sword to my exact specifications, it shouldn't be that difficult to put in the diamond like I have now. I don't think the diamond is even in the same place as it is on my original sword, to be honest with you. But regardless, it's not. It's as long as it looks good. I don't think it even matters, to be honest. I can't remember whether I said it or not, but the diamond's supposed to represent like electricity. On the sword, like it seems to have some sort of current running through it, which is, like I said, exactly what this is. It's what the diamond's supposed to look like, and I think it just adds an extra element instead of it just looking all plain. So that's section 1. This is section 2. Pause that if you have to. This is section 3. Pause that if you have to. This is section 4. Pause that if you have to. So you've got all of the frames that you need there to be able to put the electricity in there yourself. I would have gave you more time on it, but I'm trying to keep this slow. I have a feeling this tutorial is going to run really late, because this next bit I'm going to have to make it with you. So now what we've got to do, one of the last two things actually, we've just got to make the outside of the white outline a little bit chunkier, which we will start here, just below the diamond. This is the last thing that I wanted to add, so knock out some. I know you've got to knock out some of the blue and stuff, but you know, life there. So knock those out. What we're basically doing so far is we're like doubling up the white line, if you know what I mean. We just want to make it a little bit thicker. I mean, let me finish this little row, and I'll show you what I mean. Yeah. So it just wants to look a little thicker on the outside than it does on the inside. That's all. So just continue that up the right side, or up the left side. Sorry, just do it all the way up. I feel as though I have to sneeze. Do I? I had to sneeze. Yeah, it actually goes 3 thick at one point as well, which is about here-ish. Why? I don't know, I made it like that. And it's such a stupid design. But, actually, let me just, let's just fill that one in. Let me show you again. Let's make that look a little more jagged. yeah, so you see, well, let's make that look a bit thicker as well. There you go. So there you go. There you can see what I'm doing. Just make it look a little bit thicker on the outside on the way up. It'll look fine once it's all finished. I wouldn't try and copy mine exactly, but of course you're welcome to. I'll show you a zoomed out bit of it. At this point, this actually confused me looking at the picture. I have it so that the sword, it kind of like, you know how it's only too thick here? I bring it in a little bit with the white, like knock that through, and then I let it come out again. I don't know what I was thinking on the original design, but you know. And you know, if you think there's a little bit too much white on the outside, then simply knock some out, put some more blue in. That's how I did it. So there you go. It looks a little weird since the left side's done and the right side isn't, but trust me, it'll look all fine and cool. All fine and cool once it's finished. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to copy the other side of the sword, block for block what I did on this side, and I would do the same if I were you, once you finish that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll be back. Oh god, I hate making this thing. Finally managed to finish the other side. That was a real pain to copy. I think I've managed to copy it accurately. It looks like it. Probably in the top 3 things that I hate building. Followed either closely or possibly very, very closely behind SpongeBob. I don't know which one I hate more, but that is a real pain. But it's came together. I've made some alterations on the outside with the white. As you might be able to see, I've thinned it out in some places. I've thickened it up in some places. Yeah, I mean, you know, just tamper with yours and it should hopefully look something like that. And that is pretty much the blade made. So now what we have to do is, all we've got to do really is raise the handle. And we've got the sword. See what I mean? This thing really isn't worth the hassle unless you're into Halo. So the sun's coming down, but I think we can start. Only need 2 colours. I like a clear inventory, if that's one thing I do like. You know what? No, screw it. It's still more than light enough. So I'm gonna add in. I'm gonna add in the dark grey. Then I'll show you, and then I'll do the same with the light grey. Let me have some water. Ah, delicious water. Alright then, so you can see where I've added the dark grey. I'm going to do this in 3 stages. I'm going to add all of the dark grey, then I'm going to add the surrounding light grey, and I do that in 3 instances, so you can see where that goes. Now let me add the light grey. It goes here, here, I feel as though I have done that wrong. I have done that wrong. It goes here, here, and here. That has to go there. It's really hard to do it from the angle that I'm looking at, to be honest with you. But yeah, there you go. Let me show you in its entirety. That also has to raise up. God damn it. There you are. Pause that if you have to. This next bit's a little easier to see where it goes. So on this next bit, I'd fast forward this, but it's not going to take very long. Alright, I've definitely got that right the first time. Exactly. So you can see where that all goes. Pause that if you have to on the dark grey. Let me just do this light grey. Right, and now you can see where the light grey goes. All nice and easy. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to sleep. Pause that there if you have to. Alright, now it's time to finish the other side. So it actually goes exactly where it does on the opposite side, as you may have guessed. So let's do it to it. Something like that. Let me just add the light grey in as well, just to make sure that I've got it right. Did I do that on the others? Yeah, okay. Alright, so there you go. So this is what it's supposed to look like on this side as well. Well, nice and simple. I don't know why I got rid of those colours. I have to do it on the other side. So pause that if you have to. Actually, I'm not even going to bother because this is my repeat. What you want to do basically is what you've done to that side, you also want to do to the other side on the handle. That's the only part that's technically 3D, but I feel as though that's the only thing that needs to be 3D. You know? The blade, could have done that 3D as well, but it'd have to be about 5 blocks thick, and it'd have to be tapered a lot. It would have took a lot more effort to do. And it's something that I just didn't want to do at the time, so I didn't. I think it looks cool as it is. Let me zoom out. Like I said, probably one of the most painful pixel arts that I have. Definitely rewarding though to finish it and to do it. I have another one of these obviously in my built world, and it really is cool. So if you've managed that, well done. It's gonna be a real pain in the balls. I'm sorry. I'll let you know from the get-go though. Hey, if you've made it this far into the video, maybe you think I deserve a like. If you want to, comment, and if you're new here, maybe you should think about subscribing. I put out new content at least every other day. And for my fellow video makers, if you're interested in a YouTube partnership, click the link below in the description.